Is Disney on a downward trend? Hey, this is Tom with Tom's Tech Show. I know this isn't tech for right now, but sometimes I do tech episodes, sometimes I do Disney episodes, sometimes I do whatever's on my mind episodes. So today's kind of everything a little bit. So Disney, it seems, is kind of going on a bad news adventure. I mean, they continue to have stories come out that are not favorable for them news-wise. And is this a trend that's continuing? What are we looking at here? Okay, so I'm going to go back where I kind of think a lot of it started, and that's back at Star Wars lands. Star Wars, Lucasfilm last year was deleting. They used to have a list of blogs and fan sites and podcasting sites, and they deleted them because here it says they do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Lucasfilm Limited. Well, of course not. You made a mediocre repeat film in The Force Awakens, and then you made the biggest piece of garbage film I think anyone has ever seen in The Pointless Jedi, and you expect people to, that should say, give you a direct message. I need to change what I'm doing, not I need to ignore the people that are supposed to be my base box, my base dollars, right? So kind of a downward thinking. Then we have the rumor that they were going to change the Tiki Room, and that kind of got mentioned in the Disney blog, that they were going to change the Tiki Room at Disney World out for something else. They were going to add something to it, and it's like, well, that's almost, I mean, if people are hearing this at the park from cast members, that's, don't attack the fans, because that's kind of what they did in their blog when in 1998 you hijacked the whole thing for the Zazu and Iago show from The Lion King and Aladdin. And oh, excuse me, Disney, what just came out this year? Aladdin. And what's coming out in another week? Oh, Lion King. So don't tell me that tomorrow you're not going to do something, when that would be kind of a typical path that Disney takes. One of their movies comes out and they hijack something in the park, transfer it all over to that, and then a few months after the movie's out, then they move it back. So don't tell me that couldn't be a possible real rumor, right? I mean, okay. So then we have this Ariel thing where, okay, now we're bringing up, casting Little Mermaid, who is supposed to have red hair and be light skinned. I don't, the story, right, is The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen. And, excuse me, he was Danish. So Danish people, which I am of partial Danish descent, English and Danish, and, hello. I can turn the lights down to make things look darker, but it ain't going to help. So, I mean, realistically, I don't care too much whether they change the, racial part of Ariel, because in, Hans Christian Andersen's tale, in the books and everything, she actually had dark hair, and so that, some pictorial things of Hans Christian Andersen back then, she had dark hair, so that to me doesn't matter. But now you're going to have everyone in the cast that is related to her in the cast also be of that ethnic background, which kind of blows out my casting for King Triton, which is Liam Neeson. So that's, that kind of hurts me a little bit, but okay. So, but that's another controversy. I mean, and then I don't know why we need another Lion King movie. I mean, I know why they're doing it. One of my friends that works for Disney says, that the plan is just to continue to churn these things out decade after decade. So there'll be another remake of Lion King in 20 years. And then once we get a little bit further, there'll be another remake of whatever the next Disney thing is. And then, a few years later, a year later, there'll be another remake. And then they're just going to continue to do this because as kids grow up, blah, 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 then, this is the movie you saw when you were a kid, so you want your kids to see it and stuff. So I don't know if they would make more money by simply doing a big production and re-releasing the original film back wide in the theaters, or put a whole bunch of money into these things and then see what money they get out of that. I don't know which would be better, but I'm getting tired of the remakey things. I mean, Aladdin was okay, but anyway, but they did not. So they brought back James Earl Jones, right? They brought him back as Mufasa, but they're not bringing back the original Simba, which is Matthew Broderick, right? So that to me would have been better if they had it be Matthew Broderick. Boom, I'm there, right? That's the draw. But no, they're not doing that. So they got to opt for all new characters and all new everybody. So whatever. But I understand they're trying to go since maybe Black Panther did so well in the theater, that now we have to go with an all racially, set cast, because Lion King kind of is set in Africa, so we have to bring everybody racially from there. But again, it's identity politics, continuing over and over again. I mean, one of my favorites, Penny Johnson-Gerald from the Orville. Yes, I love her. She is awesome. She is in it, but again, for the Little Mermaid, I think their bigger problem here with the Little Mermaid is going to be Melissa McCarthy. Her last movies have not done really well. They've been R-rated, so they've been heavy language, and I guess the last one with the puppets, I didn't see it. It was like almost NC-17 rated, kind of thing. So is that who you really want in a Disney movie? I mean, Will Smith was an easy play for Aladdin, and he did really well. I thought, he made it his own. He didn't make it, like Robin Williams. He didn't try and copy that. He just kind of made it his own, and I thought he did a pretty good job of it. Even though the movie was fair. I mean, we saw Spider-Man, which is, it's Marvel, which seems to be the only thing that's going well for Disney. Is Marvel. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with X-Men now that that's over. And, let's buy that company. What's their latest movie? Dark Phoenix. How did that do? Oh, not good. Yeah, bad news again, Disney. Okay, so now today there's a rabies alert issued in Disney. So people know that there are cats inside the parks, and those cats take care of rodents and everything. They've had them in, Disneyland for many, many decades. And when they find them, new ones, they spay and neuter them and leave them in the park. If they find there's kittens there somewhere, that once they get old enough, they'll take and adopt the kittens out to either cast members or anywhere else and spay and neuter them and all that. So, but those cats that are in the park help to keep the rodent population down, and they're not friendly cats. I mean, don't go near them. Don't try and touch them because you will get scratched because they are very, very feral. But if you're at Disney World, you're going to get potentially exposed to rabies. So now your Disney park decision is either, do you want to go to Rabies World or you want to go to Fight Town, right? I've renamed Toontown to Fight Town. So I think maybe, like people reenact things from Lord of the Rings, they reenact battles and stuff and go to the park and reenact battles. Maybe we should get together as groups and go and reenact the fight scene in Fight Town. Maybe that would be something fun to do. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But again, more bad news. more bad news. Where was security? Where were things? Where are these people in the park? What are we doing, with people in the park? I don't know, I mean, domestic abuse is if someone is hitting someone in a public place like that, family public place, what's going on at home on a regular basis in front of kids. And do we need to mention that violence in front of children breeds violent children? 100% proven. So that right there is child abuse. So why are the children not being taken away from these parents today? Yeah. So, more bad news. Disney, more bad news. So then we got the other bad news. Also recently published, guests claim Disney feels empty after opening of Star Wars. Well, when we were at Star Wars, they did a thing where they let in 2 different groups at the same time. So there were like double the amount of people in there for a while, and that was really crowded because we've only been at the time when you can get in for a reservation, and that was kind of crowded. Mostly people waiting in lines for stuff, but I've been checking the app now and again for what lines are and for what different things are, in the park. And early in the morning, the ride line is long for the Star Wars, flight of the Smuggler's Run, but now it's 55 minutes, which is okay. I mean, if I look at one of the other main rides, like if you want to know how busy the park is, right? The ride to look at is that one right there, Peter Pan's Flight, 30 minutes. That's unheard of. That is completely unheard of. That is normally 70 to 90 minutes guaranteed every time. So, and this is a Thursday. So, I'm going to probably be there Sunday and I'll see what it's like, but it's more than just, that's more than just the widening of the paths that they've supposedly been doing, but it's, more bad news. I mean, wow, look at some of these images. This is a ride that's always packed, but no, it's not. So Main Street, which is usually wall-to-wall people, not, I mean, this area they've cleaned up a little bit. This was always crowded and packed, but it's not. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of videos about people, saying what they think the reason is. I don't know that it's they've priced themselves out. I just think it's maybe people didn't want to go there because they thought Star Wars was going to bring all these people and it was going to be crowded. So they switched when they're going to go, or they're going to wait till both the rides are open in Star Wars Land. I don't know which it's going to be, but yeah. But it's bad news coming out for Disney, right? Again, no one wants to hear one that Disney is so packed that you can't move, but Disney definitely does not want to hear that. Oh, there's nobody here. What do we do? Right? So more and more bad news. I don't know if I mean, the big thing, right, Disney wants is this stock value to stay high. And after the Fox merger, it definitely jumped quite a bit. And it's still going up. Like, I mean, today, it kind of had a little bump. And then back down after hours trading is still kind of flat. But this is what they want to see is that. That's why Disney's buying, other companies just for the stock stuff. So, I mean, I wear my Disney shirt, I've got my Disneyland shirt on. I go to Disney all the time. I have to be in a wheelchair right now, which kind of sucks, and I can't ride all the rides because of health issues, but it's just fun to be there and sit around and watch all the entertainment. But I don't know how much more of, the movies going towards identity politics and social justice messaging and all these different things that they're trying to do, that the general public is going to finally say, this is not my show. I don't like this anymore. I'm kind of done with this. What am I, what is this, right? So we'll see if that trend continues. I mean, do you think, what's the next bad news that's going to come out for Disney? Is there going to be more? I'm thinking there is. So do you think I'm right? Do you think Disney is on a kind of a bad news trend and they're going to keep on this bad news trend? Or do you think Disney's doing everything right? And these are just kind of bad circumstances that are, just random happenstance that all happened at the same time. That's all driven people away from the park and all that. I don't know. So let me know what you think. I'm kind of thinking we're on a downward spiral. I think Disney's, taking it hard. The stock's doing okay. So if more of these reports and stuff come out, stock's going to start doing bad. So that's, we'll see what happens, which way it goes. All right. Well, I'm Tom Tech Show, and today was a Disney episode. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be good. I mean, I want Disney to be around for, a long time, and I'm sure they will be. But whether that means they can still produce good content, that's what I'm hoping. Can they produce good content that people still want to see? The parks will be there, and hopefully they won't get rid of the rides that we all love. But okay, well, thanks for watching this, and take care.